Hi, welcome to my channel. My name's Chance, and it's time to talk about some board games. Today, I'm reviewing a gorgeous little production called Pacts. Now, Pacts features a mechanic that I absolutely love. I split, you choose. So when this game popped up on the BGG hotness late last year, I knew I had to have it. Well, so let's dive into what this game is, and, more importantly, what do I think about it? So Pacts is a two-player area majority game, with a remarkably clean rule set and only 2 scoring rounds. Honestly, the scoring kind of feels a lot like El Grande to me. Basically, at the end of round 3, whoever has the majority in each region is going to score the points in those regions, and then you're going to flip the point tokens over, changing the value of every region, and you're going to play on until round 6, do another scoring phase, most points wins. Super simple. So how do you actually add, move, or remove units on this nice cloth mat? That's where the cards come in. At the beginning of each round, both players select one card from their court to play face down. Since players start with identical hands, this creates a fantastic little double-think puzzle. What secret card did they just play? Once those are set, you're going to reveal 4 cards from the basic deck, 1 from the advanced deck, and then the active player, which is based on the round track, is going to split those 5 cards plus the second player token into 2 piles. Their opponent is going to choose one, and the active player gets what's left. Crucially, whoever didn't get the second player token is going to reveal their secret card first and take all of their actions. The actions are very straightforward. Most cards allow you to, like place 1 or place 2 cubes. These cards are color-coded to specific regions, but they also include symbols, making the game very colorblind friendly. Wild cards allow you to bypass those restrictions. Then there's the move cards, which I think are valued like 1 to 3, and these basically just let you shift your forces between adjacent regions. These actions are simple, but the consequences are massive. Then we have the ability cards. Now, I mentioned that I love I Split You Choose, but I also adore asymmetric factions, and Pacts has plenty. So at the start, you're dealt 2 factions and you keep 1. Each has a passive ability that fundamentally changes how you value the cards in a pool. For example, the dragon makes all move cards a move 5. That basic movement card now just became a game-altering card for the dragon player, so you gotta be careful how you split. But the dragon player now really needs to get cubes on the map to take advantage of that ability, so maybe you split the piles, limiting the cubes the dragon player gets, potentially nullifying the power of that passive ability. Then we have the changelings. These allow you to place a cube anywhere if you go first, which completely changes your relationship to that second player token. Then the Banshees. This is one of my favorites because this one forces your opponent to discard their matching court card if it's still in their hand. This is devious because usually players want to save that powerful court ability card for one of those final scoring rounds. But against the Banshees, you're constantly looking over your shoulder and asking yourself, do you risk saving it? Or do you play it early for less value just to avoid losing it forever? Okay, there's plenty more, but I have to move on to those active abilities now. These are triggered when you play one of those ability cards, and these things are just chaos-causing and game-breaking moments. So back to that dragon. Its active ability lets you destroy every single unit in a region. Imagine choosing a pile with an ability card and that second player token in round 6. You blow up a crowded region, place 1 lone cube back in, and steal the majority right before that final tally. It's mean and it's brilliant. Or let's look at those hounds, which let you swap point tokens between 2 regions. You look at your opponent and say, oh, you thought you were about to win 7 points? Well, how about 3 instead, and I'll take that 7 for myself. So you're probably starting to see the puzzle here. A simple set of mechanisms paired with a variety of asymmetric faction abilities and that dastardly second player token all ties into a really good I Split You Choose puzzle. Seriously, I can't understate how valuable that second player token is, especially on rounds 3 and 6. Going second before a scoring round is so incredibly valuable. But let's get back to that core mechanic. I Split You Choose. I tend to feel that the success of this mechanic hinges on 2 things. 1, an easy to parse game state. This mechanic asks you to play both sides of the table. You have to calculate your best move while predicting your opponent's best move. If the board is too busy, it becomes stressful. But Pacts nails the clarity. The cloth mat is clean, the cubes are easy to count, and the actions are fast. You can easily judge the value of a card for your opponent in seconds. 2, hidden information. Pure open information games can feel kind of like, a human calculator contest. Whoever masks out the board best wins, and I just find that dry. But that secret court card brings in the mind games. As the splitter, you're agonized. You're looking at it and say, if they played their move card, this pile with the move card is probably not useful for them. But if they played their ability card, then this move card is probably exactly what they're hoping for, and I just handed them the game. That's the I Split You Choose sweet spot. Feeling like you're the master of your own destiny or the architect of your own destruction. So To put this into perspective, let's look at a few other heavy hitters in this genre. Agent Avenue and Hanamakoji are two of my favorite I Split You Choose games, and they both share those two core elements that I look for. Both are incredibly easy to parse. Agent Avenue has that simple circular track where you can instantly see the value of a card, but since one card is always face down, you get that perfect sprinkling of bluffing and mystery. Hanamakoji is kind of similar. The board state is just simple card counting. The tension there comes from deciding exactly how much information you're willing to reveal to your opponent. So while Agent Avenue is snappy and fun, Hanamakoji can be high stress. I currently prefer Pacts over both of them. It's not for every occasion or for every player, but if I'm the one picking the game, I'm reaching for Pacts. Then let's just talk about a game that didn't hit for me. Marabunta. Now, this is a Rainier Knizia design, which usually means three things. 1. The math is rock solid. 2. The scoring is ingenious. 3. I'm probably either going to love it or hate it. Okay, maybe hate's a strong word, but Marabunta definitely landed on the wrong side of the line for me. The puzzle is well thought out, and the way you kind of bid for those region points is brilliant. But the game just falls flat. The board is too much work to parse. Adding up those numbers across the hexes just isn't as intuitive as glancing at a pile of cubes. Then, because there's no hidden information, you can essentially calculate the perfect move for both players. It makes the game feel silent and crunchy. I really want the unknown. I want the mystery of a hidden card that can flip the table, and the psychological puzzle of trying to read my opponent's mind. With Marabunta, I don't feel like I'm outsmarting a rival. I feel like I'm just kind of doing math homework. Alright, let's wrap up this review of Pacts with the variants that you can play, because I think that's what makes Pacts a long-lasting game in my collection. These variants increase replayability, and one of them is a really fun design choice for balancing what might be unbalanced factions. I recommend playing with both of them as soon as you have the basics down. One is random point tokens. So basically, instead of knowing the flip side values of those point tokens, you keep them secret. It forces you to reevaluate your entire strategy midway through the game. And number 2 is an auction start. Basically, you're going to bid cubes for your preferred faction. If you lose the bid, you get to place those cubes on the map, giving yourself a little bit of a head start. These additions, combined with that faction variety, are going to get me to keep bringing back Pacts to the table. Okay, so that's my take on Pacts, and I hope you found this helpful. Also, if you're liking this newer, more well-thought-out style review from me, then, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Then definitely let me know your favorite I Split You Choose game in the comments below, because I love finding new games in this genre. As I mentioned, I'm a big fan of Hanamakoji and Agent Avenue. I've also had a good time with Thief's Market, but I've only played it once. I've also recently reviewed Mixtape, which I thought had some good parts to it. It's just not one that's staying in my collection. Oh, I also just picked up Split the Horde, so I'll be talking about that one very soon. So that'll do it for today. Thanks for watching, and thanks for spending your time with me. I always appreciate it, and I'll talk to you next time.